Playing left, excuse me, he's playing first base today. Number 2, good cut, 1-1. Blanco working from the full windup, third base side, into his windup. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blanco steps off, back on, out. Got a piece of the catcher and the umpire. Today here, a playoff matchup. That was in the dirt. PSA has a series in all games being played today. Plenty of playoff matches, varsity, junior varsity, other sports as well. Hit catch. It's going to bring up Toronto, excuse me. Toronto's playing shortstop today. Batting from right side. We're number 29. Got a runner on first base, 1 out. Blanco working from the first base side, out of the stretch, looks over his shoulder and delivers. Pitches outside. Bold strike. Runner with a small lead. That one's up there high. Throwing some gas. 1 out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip. Foul off the catcher's glove. 2 strikes. Again, looks over his shoulder and delivers. Right field. Fielded on 1 bounce. Haneo lets it rolls past Haneo. Runners are going to go to second and third on the play. Adani's got him. Oh, nice throw, but maybe a little too high. He applied the tag, was just late. All right, 2nd and that's going to go Muscon. Muscon is a senior. He's today's catcher. Batted from the right side, we're number 31. Takes the ball on the first. Now he's at time. He's third. Go back. Working from first side and the pitch. That one's full. 22 for 25. And the ball's hit to Francis. He backs up. He's the ball in time. Out. Barcel's need 2 outs. That's Rich. Aaron Alvarez. And third for open first pitch. Again, Blanco work from third base side. 2 strikes, 1 on 1. And delivers. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Block delivers. Also high baseball. Good eye by Alvarez. Taking. I've got 2 now. 2 balls, 2 outs. And the pitch. Strike 3. Beautiful. All right, so Forest Hill Rangers score 1 in the first game. Currently, okay, going to come bottom for the first inning, looking to repay the favor. A run scored. Off France first. Short side. Dave Boyd. Back center field. Emil Garcia. Batting third, playing third base, Fernandez, playing first, Derek Blanco to the fifth, followed up by Nico Blanco. Number 10, James Blanco, second base. Joel L. Neal, the catcher, batting eighth. And 7, Leo, playing right field. Let's do a bunch of plays before the game. Develop a little bit of a relationship with the players over the course of the last couple seasons. Just keep it on base. Don't just get on base. Let your players help you out behind you. Umpires, loose, tie. Any on the circle. Alvarez, these pitchers this year. He's 20 strikes. No, I'm done. I had that one. Oh man, that one right. 0 balls, 1 strike for the Railsplitters off batter. Working out of the full one. Rivers, 2 pitches, 2 wins, 2 balls. 0-2 Francis. You have to protect. Francis back from the side. Alvarez now he was line from the ball. Francis get ahead of it. Fouls it on the baseline. Past the 2. Alvarez now, hand behind his back, glove over his face. That's his hand in the glove, ready to deliver from the full third base side. Francis once again fouls it off. 4 pitches, 4 foul balls. Only 2 strikes to go for it. Francis has seen the ball. Just hope he can one out here in the first. Alvarez now settles at the waist. Is inside. Looks like a Donnie. Just about the worst thing you want to do is put a Donnie on base. All right. Xavier is going to put the big line to listen to Coach Cruz's instructions. All right. Coach Cruz is a little more animated than he usually is. Everybody's turning up their intensity for the playoffs. We're going to try to put our intensity for 2 here in the booth. All right, Xavier Borges batting from the right-hand side. Now Alvarez working from the stretch. Borges in for 31. 355, on-base percentage of 500, and an OPS of 98. Timeout called by Xavier. All right, he's in the back of the batter's box. The Air Jordan 4 cleats on. Pitcher goes to first, and he throws the ball away. Haphazardly gives Adani the base. Wow, he kind of just like threw it so slow and threw it away. All right. Runner in scoring position now for the Swiss Army knife. Forest Hills coach not happy. 1 ball, no strikes. Back. Strike. And that ball's thrown away. He's on this play. Rounds third, and here he comes on the errant throw. 2 errant throws, 3 bases, and the Railsplitters tie it up 1-1. And we're still on the second batter. 2 throwing errors. Right. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. No, nobody out, excuse me. No outs. Borges patiently waiting in the batter's box. Alvarez into the windup. Foul. Straight back, 1-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. No base runners on. Alvarez work a little fast now. He's still kind of deliberate on the mound. Boy swings, fouls it off down the first base line. But they're seeing the ball well out of his hand. We just got to see if they can straighten these pitches out. They're either a little late or way out in front. All right, Alvarez now shaking off the signal from the catcher. Now he likes it. Settles at the waist. Or just fouls off another pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alvarez now is going to move over to the third base side. Working out of the full windup. Hand behind his back. Gives a nod 2 times. He's into his windup deliberately. The pitch is inside. Good eye by Borges. Very impressive numbers by Xavier. And he's only a sophomore. But just flies out to the center fielder. That's going to bring up number 4, today's third baseman, Samil Garcia. Garcia has pretty good numbers too. He's 10 for 30, batting .333. And he hits that ball over the third baseman's head. A couple of bounces, fielded by the left fielder. And he's on first base with a single. 1 man on, 1 man out for the number 4 hitter, Javier Fernandez. We call him JJ. JJ's batting from the right-hand side. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Fernandez has amazing numbers, 11 for 32. He's batting .344 with an on-base percentage of .488. Slugging .563. Pitcher goes to first. Samil was caught up, and he's in a rundown right now. Let's see, he's going to run back. He's getting chased down pretty good. He's going to go back the other way. They tagged him out in between first and second base for the second out of the inning. That's probably what he wanted to do to Adani first time around, but he just threw it a little slow. All right, so nobody's on for JJ. Okay, now JJ. So again, I said he has incredible numbers. Got 1 home run, 12 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. Got great pitching numbers as well. Takes that pitch for the ball up high. As you can hear, the wind's starting to pick up a little bit here. 2800 Ocean Parkway. Another high pitch by Alvarez. Principal Hugenboom out on the field today for the playoff matchup. All right, JJ, straight up stance, waiting for the pitch. Swings, foul, first base side. It's the bottom of the fence. So it looks like it might have went under the fence. I don't even know how that's possible. JJ does some impossible things from time to time. Okay. Alvarez. Now he settles at the waist. He steps off. Steps back on. Shakes off the first call. Now he's into his second, and he delivers. Ball's in the dirt for ball 4. Right, JJ's on. The walk. Got 2 outs, 1 run in. Big boy Blanco's looking to help his own cause. Right, pitcher working from the stretch. Center or third base side of the rubber. Looks back to first. Now he delivers. High pitch into Derek. Derek didn't like that. I wouldn't either. High pitch up by your face. Now Alvarez delivers. That ball's in there for a strike. And the pitch. That ball's high. You know, the pitcher looks like he reached down, grabbed the rosin bag, try to dry his hand off a little bit. He's working a little faster now from the stretch. He goes back to first. Guess when he works that fast, he's going to first base. He does not work fast at all. All right, Coach Cruz now calling down instructions to Derek as he steps out of the batter's box. Big smile on an umpire's face. Blanco hits the ball hard down the third base line. JJ's going to round second. He's going to go to third. Oh, and the ball gets past him. All right, so a stand-up double for Derek Blanco with 2 outs. And here comes Diego. Number 18, left fielder, Diego Blanco. Diego is 10 for 26. He's batting .385 with an on-base percentage of .500. Slugging percentage of .500. OPS of 1.00. He has 5 RBIs and 2 stolen bases throughout the regular season. All right, looks like we got a pinch runner. In for Blanco at second base. Nice size lead. Nobody's getting held on. JJ runs halfway down the line. Oh, boy, if he would have stayed where he was, he might have been able to score on that. The pinch runner is number 20, Efren Evans. He's a freshman. Getting some playoff experience here today in his first year in PSAL baseball. Diego chops one foul. Kind of takes a weird bounce backwards. Blanco. Batting in the front of the batter's box, right-hand side. Ball's in the dirt. Catcher does a nice job of corralling the ball and then steps back because he sees the lead JJ's taken. So I believe JJ's trying to bait him into throwing the ball down the third base. So let's see if he has any success. Straight up stance for Diego, front of the batter's box. Takes a pitch up high. Couple of last year's players here to support the Railsplitters in a playoff matchup today. Alvarez is into his windup. Blanco hits a little chopper down the first base line. Pitcher fields, throws to first in time for the third out. So the score is tied 1-1 after 1 inning of play. Railsplitters coming back into the field. So the first inning was a whitewash. Forest Hill Rangers have a couple of players who have some power. 5 players with home runs on this squad. Number 3 batter has 3 home runs on the season. Pretty much the most I've seen through any of the research I've done through PSAL this season. Okay. Let's see who's coming up. For Forest Hills. Okay. Back to live action. Benjamin Broski, sophomore. Offers at a pitch. Foul. Dugout telling him to choke up a little bit, so he does. Batting from the back of the batter's box, right-hand side. Blanco fires in a strike. Poor kid didn't even have time to get his bat off his shoulders. Nice job by Blanco with the K. That's going to bring up number 30, Christopher DeDonna. He's also a sophomore. DeDonna hits the ball right at Blanco Martinez, fields and fires the ball over to JJ. And the Railsplitters already whipped the ball around the infield. And that's going to bring up number 15, Justin Jurina. He's a junior, batting from the right-hand side. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. As I said, Derek is throwing some heat today. Let's see if he comes right back to that same pitch. Foul, first base side for Jurina. Jurina is 13 for 43. He's batting .302. The on-base percentage of .362. Fouls the ball out onto the avenue. OPS of .71. Blanco working from the first base side out of the full windup. Another foul ball. Cornel picks it up, throws it back to Blanco. All right, now Cornel pulled something out of his back pocket. Oh, it's his pitch comp. Now he's looking into the dugout, back down to his crouch. And here comes Derek Blanco. Another foul ball. Jurina's chopping away to save his life here. Derek Blanco delivers. Pitch was outside and a little low. Joel tried to frame it. to no avail. I like the wind is picking up a little bit. Blowing out towards the outfield. Another foul ball. First base side. Umpire's asking for baseballs. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on his curveball. Beautiful pitch. Gave him a steady diet of fastballs and then just blows the curveball right by him. Great job by Derek. I believe there's 3 strikeouts. Okay. Forest Hills Rangers are going to send Alvarez back out to pitch here in the second. Railsplitters put up a donut in their half of the inning, and they're looking to put up some crooked numbers here in the bottom half of the inning. Jaden Blanco Martinez is going to lead off this half of the inning for the Railsplitters. He takes a ball on the first pitch. Jaden Blanco Martinez is 9 for 19. He's batting .474 with a ridiculous .697 on base percentage. Absolutely monster numbers for the senior. He's slugging .467 with an OPS of 9.90. Takes a strike on that pitch. Okay. Now, Alvarez working from the third base side. Out of the full windup. Swing and a miss by Blanco Martinez. Alvarez now covering his face and now into his windup. Throws the ball outside. It's finally baseball weather for the playoff season here. This pitch is also fouled off. A lot of foul balls out of play today. I don't think any of them have hit a car yet, so that's a good thing. All right, Alvarez covering his face, working from the full windup. That pitch is inside for a ball. Jaden Blanco Martinez on with the base on balls. Blanco Martinez has 9 stolen bases on the season. So he is a threat to run. That's going to bring up the catcher, Joel Corneal. Corneal takes the first pitch, a non-breaking ball. So All the coaching staffs are out here supporting the baseball team. See head football coach O'Connor here now. A bunch of his coaches are here. Pitcher goes back to first. Blanco Martinez gets back standing up. Corneal is batting .250 with an on-base percentage of .400 and a slugging of .250. He's 7 for 28. Blanco Martinez caught up in a rundown now. He might be able to do something here. He's in, safe. Nice job by Blanco Martinez. He kind of just like waited to the last minute, made a quick turnaround, and then head first slide, high throw, and he sneaks in under it. All right, coaching points made by the coaching staff with the breakdown of that play. All right. Joel with a runner in scoring position now with nobody out. Shakes the bat around slowly in the batter's box. Alvarez deals. Pitches high. Catcher calls for time. He's going to run out, talk to the pitcher. He's looking back into the dugout for some direction, but it looks like he's just going to tell the pitcher to settle in and throw some strikes. Let the fielders make the plays behind you. Corneal's just going through his motions. Staying ready. Corneal is 7 for 28 with an OPS of .65. He's got 4 RBIs and 2 stolen bases on the season, which is impressive because he usually gets pinched run for. Blanco Martinez with a small lead off second. He's being held on. Looks like the pitcher is very worried about second base and not keeping his focus and concentration on the batter at hand. Right. Corneal waits. That ball's in the dirt. Ball 4. First 2 batters on base with walks. That's going to bring up Leo Aneo. Aneo is 11 for 29. He's batting .379. He puts down a bunt foul. I thought it was going to go forward. It just kind of looked like it was going to go forward, but it just died and fell out of bounds for a foul ball. Nice job by the catcher picking it up. Leo is 11 for 29. He's batting .379 with an on-base percentage of .438 and a slugging of .483. Really good numbers for the senior. Tried to show bunt late, but he was late. A little late to the party. Right, 2 men on, nobody out for the workman. Alvarez working from the stretch. Throws a ball. Good eye by Leo. Leo has 7 RBIs on the season. He would love to make it 9. Pitcher looks back at second base. Nobody's holding the runner on. And when he concentrates on second so much, I don't know if he throws strikes. Aaron Alvarez leans in. Now delivers. Herneo chops the ball foul. Down the third baseline. Out of play. Cornel was 3/4 of the way down the line. Cornel's got a pretty big lead over at first. Blanco Martinez with a decent lead at second. Pitcher looks back towards second. Now he delivers big meaty pitch in for Leo, but he swings and misses. Okay, 1 out for the Railsplitters here as they bring up the top of the order. Suavemente time. All right. Donnie Francis. Batting from the right-hand side. Hit by pitch. Scored a run on 2 errant throws. His first time up. Catcher calls time. He's going to go out to the mound. He looked into the dugout. Now he's having second thoughts. 2 men on base for Donnie Francis. There's 1 out. The game is currently tied 1-1. And that pitch is outside. The lefty pitcher now working from the third base side out of the stretch. Bends in, likes the signal. Now he collects at the waist and delivers. That ball's roped over the third baseman's head. 1 run's going to score. Blanco Martinez. Looks like 2 runs are going to score. Oh, they're going to hold Joel. Okay. So 1 run scores on the stand-up double by Donnie Francis. So 2-base hit, RBI. Number 14, freshman Gabriel Lane. Keep saying Gabriel's a freshman, but I don't think he is. 99, Borges, into bat. 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch. There's a ball outside. Like Leo is talking to one of the next batters that come up and give him some advice in the at-bat, what he saw as he was facing Alvarez here in a second. All right. The X-Man is looking to be the X-Factor here in the second. All right, so now Xavier's getting some coaching up the first baseline on positioning of the fielders and where he could hit the ball, all right? It looks like the Forest Hill coaching staff might have picked up on that and adjusting the outfielders accordingly. All right, Xavier has power and he has speed. And he just has a knack for making things happen. That pitch is a little high. Lane with an impressive lead down at third base. And the pitch. That's high. Ball 4. All right. Bases are jammed for number 4, Samil Garcia. He had a single in his first at bat, and then he was caught stealing. Okay, so there's 1 out, 3 men on. And that pitch is inside for Garcia. Garcia is 10 for 30, batting .333 with an on-base percentage of .429, and he's slugging .467. Fouls that pitch off. Borges with a huge lead off first base. Francis with a pretty big lead off second. Pitcher's not paying attention to any of the runners. And that ball's fouled. Straight back. That was close to being one that almost came in the booth. Didn't hit that pole at the top of the cage here. All right, Garcia's batting from the right-hand side. Swings and ball's foul. Coach Cruz was already telling Adani to round third base. He was almost at third already. Lane stayed put because he knew it was foul ball. He got a better vantage point. All right, let's see if Garcia can straighten that ball out. All right, now fielders are being adjusted. Catcher stepped up out of his stance because he doesn't like where the outfield is positioned. And now the pitcher's turned around. He's looked at the fielders. He's going to step back on third base side from the stretch. Crouches down, gives the nod, collects at the waist. That ball's rocketed into the gap. I don't think they're going to make a play on that one. It bounces in between the two outfielders, and 3 runs are going to score on this play. Lane scores, Adani Francis scores, Xavier Borges scores, and Samir Garcia has a home run. Grand slam, home run for Garcia. All right, we haven't seen too many grand slams this year. Happy we could see one here in the playoffs. All right, Railsplitters now have a 6-1 lead with 1 out here in the second inning. JJ steps in from the right-hand side. He hits the ball chopper to the pitcher's mound. Pitcher fields it, fires, down to first. First baseman makes a pretty athletic play to stay on the bag. It was a bad throw. It was a bad throw, so first baseman had to kind of go to the inside of the bag to make them stretch and keep his foot on the bag to protect that out. Not the result that JJ wanted, but I'm sure he's happy with his 5-run lead. Oof, Blanco skips rope on the first pitch. Comes inside on him the first 2 pitches in the at-bat. He's got an open stance, right-hand side. Alvarez, 2 pitches to Blanco, 2 pitches low. And now he's working on the full windup. Glove over his face, and he's working fast. That breaking ball got away from him. All right, I'm sure Blanco is taken here. 3 balls, no strikes, and only 1 out. That ball's in the dirt. That's going to bring up Diego Blanco. Grounded out to the pitcher in his first at bat. Blanco is playing left field today for the Railsplitters. Now Alvarez working from the stretch, third base side of the rubber. First pitch is inside for a ball. Second inning, Railsplitters with a 5-run lead, currently winning 6-1. 1 base runner on. And the pitch. Hits him right in the arm. Alvarez starting to struggle a little bit. I don't think he wanted to throw that pitch there. Okay, so there's 2 outs. Two men on. Once again, breaking ball is struggling with the grip on the breaking ball today. Just not getting it to break. Diego with a big lead at first. Blanco Martinez hits the ball foul. First baseman gave it a chase, but he ran out of room. All right, Alvarez working from the stretch. That ball right over the plate. Jaden Blanco Martinez turned around. He's, oh man, wish he would have swung at that pitch. All right, Jaden Blanco Martinez, right-hand side, back of the batter's box. 2 runners on for him. 1 in scoring position. And he hits that ball foul behind play. All right, Blanco Martinez, he digs in, stays there, in the batter's box. Takes that pitch. Wow, they call that a strike? Okay, that's crazy. Ball was clearly in the batter's box on the other side of the plate. Jaden Blanco Martinez pops a ball sky high. Shortstop calls everybody off. Makes the play in front of second base. Play was made by number 29, Ellington Hines Camarano, excuse me. Second time I botched that. All right, Railsplitters coming back out. Whoa. Coming back out here for the 3rd inning. Top of the 3rd, they scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. The Rangers are going to send up their 9th batter, Juan Montero Encarna. Number 9. And he's a senior. Okay, number 9, Juan Montero Encarna. Encarna batting from the right-hand side. Oh, he takes one right in the back. Looks like a breaking ball might have gotten away from Derek Blanco. All right. Forest Hills Rangers with a base runner here in the third. They're going to send back up the top of the order. Jake Scholes. Scholes grounded out to the shortstop in his first at bat. This at bat, he hits the ball towards left field. Shortstop is also going to make the play. Nice job by Adani, covering a lot of ground there behind third base. Sabil Garcia turned around. He wanted to try to make a play on the ball, but Adani was already there. And they're both having a laugh at that right now. So the runner stays put at first base. I'm going to bring up the number 2 batter, who wears number 2, Noah Rodriguez Loria, from the left-hand side. That pitch is way outside. Rodriguez playing first base today. 2 pitches to the lefty, 2 balls. No strikes, 1 runner on, 1 out. Blanco looks over his shoulder and now delivers a strike to home plate. Paints the outside corner. He's got a big smile on his face as he digs back in. He's going to work out of the stretch, third base side. Looks over his shoulder and delivers. That ball's chopped to second base. Fires it to second. Francis fire. Ooh, nice double play. Smooth double play by the Railsplitters. Infield. Very impressive 4-6-3 double play by the Railsplitter defense. All right, so they have the lead, just need to hold on to it. So the Railsplitters gave up a run in the first inning. They didn't look like they were too worried about that. They just kind of were going about their business. Keep chopping away, keep chopping away. And here we are with a 5-run lead. Bottom of the third. Alvarez is going to come back out to pitch for the Railsplitters again. Excuse me. Alvarez is going to come back out to pitch for the Rangers against the Railsplitters. The head basketball coach is here supporting the team today. So we got head basketball coach, head football coach, a bunch of the football coaches. The softball coaches are here as well, supporting this Railsplitter team. Railsplitters actually batted around last inning, so they're going to send up number 22, the number 8 batter, Joel Corneal, here in the third inning. Gave you Corneal's numbers the last time up is 7 for 28, batting .250, with an on-base percentage of .400, slugging .250, and an OPS of .65. He's standing here in the on-deck circle, and he's just trying to get his timing down. Corneal reached base with a walk in the second inning. A little excitement coming from the crowd. Alvarez now looks in, working from the full windup. Corneal is waiting in the batter's box. rockets that ball down the third baseline. Foul. Aaron Alvarez doing a nice job today. Just got tagged for a couple early. That one's blasted over the left fielder's head. He's giving chase. It's a fair ball. Cornel, it's got a little bit of speed. He's rounding third, and they're going to hold him at third with a stand-up triple. Are they calling it a foul ball? That was, I don't know. I'd love to see. I got to watch that one when we get home. All right, so it looks like it might have been foul. It just landed outside of the cone, what they're using for the. He rocketed that ball, man. Oh, let's see if he can straighten it out a little bit more. And the pitch. Looks like that ball bounced off the shin guard of the catcher and almost made it back to the mound. All right, Cornel. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here in the third. Alvarez delivers. Strike 3. He did get that curveball to break. All right, so Cornel with the strikeout. Big difference from a blast. All right. Let's see if Leo could put some work in here in the third inning. First pitch is up very high. Catcher turns around, talks to the umpire for a second. All right, Alvarez now working from the full windup, center of the rubber, and he delivers. Ball's hit right back at him. He's going to take the ball himself, underhand it to first base for the out. Corralled there by Noah Rodriguez-Loria as the Rangers whip it around the infield. That's going to bring up the leadoff batter and spark plug, Donnie Francis, who starts off in the back of the batter's box and moves up to the front. First pitch is a breaking ball outside, high and outside. All right, so Francis taking up a lot of real estate in the batter's box. Hoping to get down that first base line. And the pitch. Rocketed towards the third baseman, fields the ball, fires it across the infield. But there was way too much arc on the throw, and it was a little offline. Probably in the head of the third baseman how fast Donnie is. He was way down the line quick. All right, so Donnie Francis putting on his oven mitt. Down at first base. And he looks like he's ready to run. All right. Lefty pitcher has a pretty good pickoff move. And Xavier is standing in there, taking a pitch for the first ball. It was a breaking ball that was up high and a low throw, to a high throw to second base. Covered by the second baseman as Adani slid in head first for the steal. And the pitch. Francis. Catch is made, sky high, made by the first baseman. Noah Rodriguez. Loria, very involved there in that half of the inning. Garcia will lead off for the Railsplitters in the fourth. Derek Blanco back out to pitch for the Railsplitters here. Bottom half of the third. Forest Hills Rangers are going to send up their shortstop, Ellington Hines Camarano. Camarano is a sophomore, and he's got pretty good numbers. He's 8 for 43, batting 186, on base 352, slugging 419, OPS of .77. He's the guy with the power. He has 3 home runs on the season and 5 RBIs, 10 stolen bases. He also has some pretty impressive pitching numbers, so I'd have to imagine we'll see him at some point in the game. All right. Cornel steps out in front of the plate, calls out some instructions to his infielders and outfielders. Derek Blanco now steps off, wipes the sweat off his brow. And now he's going to adjust his uniform and step back on. Full windup, first base side, and the pitch. That ball's hit hard. Aneo's going back to the fence. He's going to play it off the bottom of the fence, rolls away. And a quick throw into Adani Francis, and they get the ball back to the mound. So a 2-base hit for Hines Camarano. Runner with a small lead off second. The pitch is inside for number 31, Marco Muscon. Muscon grounded out to the shortstop in his first at bat. He hit the ball hard down third baseline. 1 run will score on the play. He's rounded second. They're going to hold him at second. He's got a stand-up RBI double here in the fourth. Nice job by the catcher. That's going to bring up the pitcher. Number 34, Aaron Alvarez. Struck out in his first at bat. Got a runner in scoring position. 1 run in. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Cheering for our pitcher out of the stands. Derek Blanco. Working from the stretch. Ball's low. Called ball. That ball's hit right back to the pitcher. He looks back at second base and throws the ball to first for the out. All right, Railsplitters with a 4-run lead here in the 4th. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Ben Broski. Broski's a sophomore. He's 2 for 41. 3 stolen bases. If he gets on base, you have to look out for him. Right, Blanco looks back at second. Now throws the first ball in there for a strike. A high strike. Broski, the runner in scoring position as he chokes up on the bat. Takes a pitch for a ball. Derek Blanco working from the first base side, out of the stretch. Glove folded under his chest. Now he collects at the chest. And delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Pitch, oh. Almost had the pick-off move, but the guy got back. Donnie made his run. He must have felt him come behind him. Big smile on Donnie's face right now. He cut that ball off. Okay. Now working from the first base side. Jaden Blanco Martinez holds the runner on. He's telling him to go home, go home. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 outs. That's going to bring up Chris Daytona. Daytona is 14 for 41. He's batting .341 with an on-base percentage of 400 and a slugging of .537. Blanco looks back at second, Now he comes home. That ball's nubbed to the second baseman. He's going to off of his glove. He's got to hold it. Took a little bit of a weird bounce and just kind of fell off of his glove. He made the right step in to make the play. I just think, honestly, it was probably the bounce. All right, so runners on the corners. For Justin Jarina. Jarina's batting from the right-hand side. Out. Beautiful throw by Joel Corneal. Pitch in by Derek. Corneal threw the ball. A strike down the second base for the out. So the Rangers strand 2 runners on the base paths. They score 1 and are still down by 4 runs. Bottom half of the 4th. The Railsplitters coming up to bat. Justin Jarina will come up with a fresh count in the 5th inning. Railsplitters just had their pep talk back at the dugout. Bottom half of the 4th. Railsplitters going to send up Samil Garcia here in the 4th. He had a grand slam home run his last at bat. Aaron Alvarez coming back out to pitch for the Rangers. Heart of the order coming up here for the Railsplitters. The number 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Samil Garcia, Javier Fernandez, and Derek Blanco, due to bat here in the 4th. Railsplitters hoping to add to their 4-run lead in the 4th. Garcia looks down towards third base. Open stance, right-hand side batter's box, facing the lefty pitcher. Into his windup. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch. Third baseman, Samil Garcia, looking to add to his hit total. Takes a pitch. Upstairs and outside. For a ball, one strike. Nobody out. Here in the 4th. Alvarez working out of the full windup. Throws another ball. He kind of steps off the mound. Pulls his hat down over the back of his head. Now he peers back in. And delivers. Swing and a miss by Sammy. All right, Sammy steps out of the batter's box now. Takes helmet off. Deep breath. What am I swinging at? Steps back in. Alvarez into his windup. That ball's inside. Garcia steps out of the batter's box again. Stretches his legs. On the inside, back of the batter's box. And the pitch. Way outside. Ball 4. Put him on base with a base on balls. I guess that's better than a grand slam. All right, now looks like there may be a pitching change here. Samil's gonna come across the he's gonna come across the field, talk to Coach Cruz and JJ over on the third baseline. All of the Rangers, all the infield Rangers, pitcher, catcher are around the coach on the mound. I guess they're gonna talk about how they're gonna proceed with this batter. Umpire's going to take a slow stroll there out to the mound now. All right, party's over. Everybody's going back to their respective positions. Okay, umpire and the coach from Forest Hills having a nice laugh. All right, now the pitch is, he's standing on the mound, away from the rubber. He's looking over at first base. Now he steps on, third base side, out of the stretch. He's got a good move. He comes home. It's a slow breaking ball, and the pitch, he's in there, safe. Nice job by Sammy, getting in there under the tag. It was a decent throw by the catcher. But that's going to put a runner in scoring position for JJ. And as I told all of you, and I told him before the game, we just need base runners. If it's a home run, great. Just get on base. JJ's done that one time today. Let's see if he can do it again. Batter from the right-hand side, and we know he has power. That ball's hit into the outfield. Center field is coming on to make the catch. He makes a diving catch, falling forward. It's good contact by JJ. Plays made by the center fielder. For the first out of the inning. Derek Blanco is going to step in now with a man on second and 1 out. Fouls the first pitch backwards into the cage. Blanco steps out. Now he steps back in. He's got 1 foot in the batter's box, 1 foot out. Now he's ready to be a hitter. Garcia with a lead off his second. They're holding him on. Now he's jumping around a little bit. And the pitch. That ball's upstairs. Aaron Alvarez working out of the stretch. Looking back at second, and now he delivers. That ball's rocketed foul by the big boy. All right, Blanco steps back in, hoping to straighten that last pitch out a little bit. Garcia with a small lead off second, and the pitch. Hit in the gap between short and second. Garcia does a good job of getting into a rundown, so Blanco is safe at first. And Garcia is out. And caught up in the base paths. The ball was hit at the shortstop, so Garcia did the best job he could to stop, to eliminate the chance of a double play, which he did. And he almost got out of it. He did a good job. There's a couple of rundowns, a little bit of Keystone Cop action here in the Railsplitters playoff game. All right, Diego Blanco, number 18, steps in from the right-hand side. He's got a pinch runner on at first base. That ball's tapped down the third base line and foul. Railsplitters with their white home uniforms today. White uniforms, blue pinstripes. Lincoln in script across the chest. Numbers in the back. They have white hats on the play in the field today. That pitch is in the dirt. Good eye by Blanco. Pitcher looks down at first. Runner has a small lead, and he comes home. Pitch is outside. Nice job by the Railsplitters, staying active on the base paths today. Pinch hitter is number 20, Efren Evans, the freshman. That ball's hit hard at the shortstop. He fields, fires to second for the force out play. No runs in the fourth for the Railsplitters. Got a 4-run lead. 6-2 after 4 innings of play. Coach Cruz trying to get his team fired up right now. Let's go out in the field and hustle. Same defensive alignment for the Railsplitters. JJ at third. Suavemente at shortstop. Jaden Blanco, oh, excuse me. Samuel Garcia at third. Suavemente at short. Jaden Blanco Martinez at second. JJ's playing shorthand first base today. Joel is behind the plate with Derek Blanco. Swiss Army knife Xavier George is playing center field today. Diego Blanco playing left field. And the workman, Leo Haneo, in right. Joel throws a strike down for the last warm-up pitch. After the last warm-up pitch, Justin Jurina, the junior Justin Jurina. Playing third base today. Batting from the right-hand side. Struck out in his first at-bat. And the pitch. Hits the ball hard to Suave. Fields, fired. JJ Field catches it on a bounce. And they fired around the infield. Score that one 6-3. Juan Montero in Carna, batting from the right-hand side. Takes a ball for the first pitch. Juan is 2 for 33 on the season. He has 1 home run and 4 RBIs. And the pitch. In there for a strike. It seemed to cool off a little bit here as the sun hides behind the clouds. Another strike. Inside of the plate, inside corner of the plate. Blanco working fast now out of the full windup. Swing and a miss. For the out. That's going to bring up the top of the order, the left fielder, Jake Scholes. Grounded out to the shortstop and flew out to the shortstop in his first 2 at-bats. Batting from the right-hand side. Takes a strike for the first pitch. Looks like Derek's settled in now and he's dealing. That ball's fouled, out of play. Now he could waste one. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. Derek Blanco into the windup. And waste one he did. Good job to break a ball outside, seeing if he can get on the chase. Now he needs to challenge the young man. And the pitch is outside. Joel stepping out in front of home plate and encouraging Derek to throw a strike and end this inning. And he's working fast. There, he strikes him out. Gets that ball low and away, and unfortunately the batter just kind of flailed at it. Scholes was not happy with himself there. As this Forest Hills Rangers starting to see it slip away. Blanco is in control. Now they're looking to tack on a couple more insurance runs here with a 4-run lead. Bottom of the 5th. I like the fact that the umpires are letting the music go a little bit today. Sometimes they stop them. Nice playoff atmosphere. Some of the former players from last year's teams are here, cheering their players on, cheering their former teammates on. It's always good to see some of the teachers stopping by the booth, saying hello. Mr. Molina in the house. All right, so there's a new pitcher for the Rangers. Pitcher is number 31, senior Marco Muskin. Muskin has pitched 21 innings, 21.2 innings this season with 23 strikeouts and 3 saves. An ERA of 4.95 and a whip of 1.70. Pretty good numbers. It's like the two pitchers, Alvarez and Muskin, have carried this team this year from a pitching staff standpoint. They have the best ERA numbers and strikeout totals on the roster. Railsplitters are going to send up number 10, second baseman, Jaden Blanco Martinez. Here in the 5th. So it'll be Blanco Martinez, Corneal, and Hineo. Back to the top of the order with Adani Francis and Xavier Borges if we're lucky enough. Catcher now goes out to the mound. Talk to Muskin.
No, I did. I said it was 3 of Mr. Molina, like 1 of Hoffman. I don't know which else.
As I mentioned, Muskin's a senior. And the pitch. In there for a strike. Inside corner. Blanco Martinez didn't look too happy with that call, but nonetheless, umpire is in control. Strike 2. 2 very different pitches. One similar outcome. Tap foul. Blanco Martinez staying alive now with 2 strikes. And here comes the rain. It's coming. Breaking ball. Stays up over the top of the batter. It's coming down pretty hard now, too. And the pitch. Ball skids away from the catcher. It's really not that much of a surprise. The forecast did call for rain. It's just coming a little bit sooner than we wanted it to come, unfortunately. It's staying pretty dry here in the booth, but players on the field, they're going to get drenched. All right, Railsplitters with a 4-run lead here in the 5th. They got to play this game. It's a full count. And the payoff pitch from Muskin. In there for a strike. Good pitch by Marco. That's going to bring up the catcher, Joel Corneal. Blanco Martinez with the strikeout. Cornel stays in the batter's box. Looks down towards third base. And the pitch. Balled strike. We're going to see a lot of strikes now here with this weather. Almost every pitch is going to be a strike. Swing and a miss by Joel. 2 strikes. Nice cut by Joel, but unfortunately he missed that. Great energy coming out of the dugout for Joel in the downpour. Pitches outside. And it's torrential downpour here at L House. Everybody's clamoring for some area to get dry. It looks like they're going to call the game here for a few minutes. Coach Cruz stops over by the umpire. Coach Cruz stops over by the umpire to figure out what the plan is here. It is a little much. The weather is a little much. Let's see what the weather calls for. All right, now we are back. All right, back to live action. After the rain delay. And Neo's up at bat. Hits the ball hard down the third baseline. Fielded, fires to first. Pulled the runner off of first base, so Aneo's going to be safe. I'm going to try to just get reset, figure out where we are here. There's 1 out. Railsplitters with a 4-run lead. Donnie Francis batting from the left-hand side with 1 runner on and 1 out. Pitcher goes back to first base. Aneo slides in head first. Pitcher's asking for a new baseball. Sure, everything is soaked. Pitch fouled, straight back. Donnie Francis hit by a pitch in the first inning. RBI double in the second. Base on balls in the third. He's batting from the left side. Aneo's going to get the base on the pass ball. Muskin, the senior, staying in there, throwing strikes. Donnie's got a runner in scoring position with a 4-run lead. I believe there's 2 outs. Francis hits the ball foul. Down the third baseline. Francis makes it all the way to second base, and he'll come back and give it another try. Coach Cruz was giving Haneo the go-ahead sign. He was hoping that ball would stay fair, but it did not. Justin Jarena at third just gave that one a look. Donnie from the left-hand side, and the pitch. Inside. Catcher scoops it up and looks down at first. Nobody down there. Checking the runner at second. Haneo with the outfield lead. And the pitch. Rocketed over the second baseman's head. Haneo's going to score on the play. Adani's going to make it to second. He's probably going to make it to third. All right, he's going to slide in with another RBI double on the day. I'd have to say he's the MVP for the Railsplitters so far. And that's going to bring up Xavier Borges. He flied out his first at bat. Base on balls in his second at bat. Unfortunately, I don't see anything in my notes for his third at bat. But let's see what he does with his fourth. Takes a strike for the first pitch. Muskin with a nice pitch there. Xavier with an open stance. Donnie's going to get down to third. He was going all the way. He's trying to bait the catcher into throwing the ball down to third base. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Xavier Borges. Swing and a miss for strike 2. All right, now his boys are cheering for him in the dugout. Cheering X. Pitcher works from the stretch, first base side. Borges fouls it off. In the cage, on the first base side. Borges close to the plate, right hand side, moves his fingers around on the bat. Oh, he almost swung at that. Good eye staying back. Staying in the batter's box, not stepping out on the curveball. All right, pitcher working from toe on, first base side. That ball's in the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike for Borges. Trying to find his stride today. Deep breath by the pitcher. And the curveball is high, doesn't break enough. Borges is on with another base on balls today. That's going to bring up today's other MVP candidate, the Grand Slam hitter, Samil Garcia. Borges goes, and Adani Francis is going to come home and steal home with the Superman slide. He was just waiting for that ball to get by the catcher. Can't test that man. He's a bad man. Well, Railsplitters scored another run. Now they have a 5-run lead. here in the 5th. Garcia takes a pitch for a strike. Xavier Borges on at second. Pitcher likes the call, working from the first base side. Toe on, looks back at second. Now he's going to come home. Borges is going to go. The throw is high. Xavier is safe. He's asking for time. Slid right through the bag. Good throw by the catcher. Just a little high. Okay, so he's still working first base side. Garcia. The foul ball. Tried to drop down, but the ball was over his head and hit his bat. All right, so it's a full count for Garcia. With a runner on third. The pitcher collects at the waist and delivers. Pitch is high. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought there was 3 balls. I guess not. And the pitch. Also high. These breaking balls are just not getting enough break on them. And now there are 3 balls. The pitch. Behind the batter. For ball 4. I don't know if he's getting the best footing. All right, JJ's got the sleeves rolled up now. He's hoping for a different outcome. He's going through his progressions. Catcher's out on the mound talking to the pitcher. Runners on the corners for JJ here. He looks back in the stands. Cleans his cleats off. Takes a deep breath before he steps in the batter's box. Taps on his bat. He's asking for some magic. Pitcher delivers. Runner goes. Defensive indifference. Okay, so 2 runners in scoring position for JJ Fernandez. Batting from the right-hand side. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice lead for Xavier over at third. Garcia standing on the base at second. And now with about a 6-step lead. JJ's standing in the batter's box. Takes a pitch high. Excuse me. All right, Xavier Borges talking to Coach Cruz. Down at third base. Got one of them on his lead hand. Runs down the line. Now he's going to try to score. And he slides in and scores on the wild pitch. Nice job by the Swiss Army knife. Once again, giving the coach a little bit of everything. Another run scores. Another runner moves up. Another pitch coming for JJ. Be patient, JJ. Wait for your pitch. First base side, delivers. Balls, pitches inside. JJ, I'm sure he's happy to be on base, but not happy to have to walk to get there. And that's going to bring up today's starting pitcher. Also has his sleeve rolled up. Derek Blanco. Batting from the right-hand side with an open stance. First pitch, JJ goes, stands up. Now, 2 runners in scoring position for Blanco. Open stance from the right-hand side. Breaking ball over the batter's head. I honestly wish they would get away from this breaking ball. They're just really struggling getting the grip right. Blanco waits, pitches in the dirt. Catcher does a good job keeping the ball in front of him, so another run doesn't score on a wild pitch. Christopher Del Donna, sophomore catcher. Once again, breaking ball doesn't break. Blanco goes down to first base with the walk. I think that's the fourth walk of the inning. And that's going to bring up today's left fielder, Diego Blanco. Grounded out in his first at bat and was hit by a pitch. There's potential pitching change. The manager, coach takes a slow stroll out to the mound. He does take the ball from Muskin. Looks like Muskin's going to go and play third base potentially. Railsplitters around third base now, talking to Coach Cruz. Number 20, freshman Efren Evans is going to come in and run. Derek at first base. Justin Jareen is going to go from third base over to first base. And the new pitcher is going to be number 2, Noah Rodriguez Loria. Loria has 26.1 innings pitched with 33 strikeouts, 2 wins, 5.63 ERA, and a whip of 203. All of the awaiting Lincoln hitters are outside of the dugout, trying to get the timing down. Okay, so here we are, back to live action. Diego Blanco is batting from the front of the right-hand batter's box. The bases are jammed for Diego. He shakes the bat in the batter's box. Catcher calls time, goes out towards the mound. He's going to talk to the pitcher for a minute, try to get him to settle in. He's not really following through with his windup. And we know he can pitch. He's got 33 strikeouts over 26 innings, so and 2 wins. So let's see if Rodriguez Loria can settle in and throw some strikes to Diego Blanco. So So he's working from the stretch, third base side, toe on. That ball gets away. I'd have to imagine the runners will stay put unless the ball goes far from the catcher. Christopher Daytona doing a decent job behind the plate. Ball 4, walks in a run. It's going to bring up Jadon Blanco Martinez. Railsplitters with a 7-run lead here. Jadon Blanco Martinez batting from the right-hand side, facing the lefty batter, lefty pitcher. Throws a strike. Eight-run lead for the Railsplitters as they're batting with 2 outs. Bases loaded. Sleeves rolled up. At least for JJ. All right, some cheers starting to come out of the Lincoln dugout for JBM. Jumps rope. Very serious look on Jaden's face here. He wants to be invited to the party, score some runs with the open stance. Takes a pitch outside. All right, the pitcher, toe on, third base side, working from the stretch. Blanco Martinez hits the ball over the second base, over the shortstop's head into center field. 2 runs are going to score on the play. Nice job by Jadon Blanco Martinez. And that will be the end of the ball game. With the Railsplitters with a 10-run lead after 5 innings. Good job by the Railsplitters, staying on and staying with it, working through the rain, winning their first playoff matchup. And we'll be back at it Friday. I believe we're playing home, Pete. Do we know if we're playing home on Friday?
We are playing at home because we are the number 3 seed. It's going to be the semifinals before we face anybody like us.
That is great news. Look forward to seeing you guys on Friday for the Railsplitters' second matchup of the playoffs. Nice job by the coaching staff today and the boys.
Whew, we've got all sorts of technical difficulties with this rain, like not having the final score. Hey, there it is. We lost our cameras. Now I'm on screen. Hi, everybody.
Good to see you, Pete.
All right. And Salamatu, our producer extraordinaire.
Yes, she is.
Back in the booth. All right, we'll see you on Friday, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to our fabulous production crew, all of the athletic trainers, staff, coaches, families, friends, supporters, and as always, a special shout out to my wife for always supporting my media habits. We will see you next time.